Here we have Cardano symbol ADA versus the dollar. Yesterday we did a video on this one saying that this level was very likely to pull back from that 161 region right here. However, I would have been looking for higher lows right around about 141, of which we are not really getting the price action that would make you very confident of that right now. It does look like we will see a little bit more of a continuation of the short-term downside move, somewhere around about 137 to 138 or so, and I would be looking for a short-term bounce there. But do not confuse short-term bounce with a reversal on this asset right now. I believe this one was event driven, as we did identify yesterday. Someone in the chat said that. So as always, that's going to be very skeptical on any sort of upside rally when you do see the majority of the market kind of down. Anyways, the same sort of conditions for upside continuation would still be, relevant as yesterday. I don't think it's necessarily happening right here. I do think that this one explores a little bit of the downside first. We are going to see the daily jewel come into an area that really hasn't even surpassed in, like, Jesus Christ, man, going back to September actually. And once that does turn white, it does say that the short-term volatility-induced move to the upside, the short-term volatility and momentum move to the upside is going to be waning. And in this case, I guess the nectopium is that you set in a higher low, somewhere around about 134, 135. I don't necessarily think that that's happening myself. Let's go to a weekly just really quick. Yeah, getting rejected at the exact area that you would not want to see it get rejected at. Problem is, it's kind of hard to call like a major downside move on this one, just short-term downside. So I do think that this one will continue the short-term downside somewhere around about 136 to 138 or so. I want to briefly check it out over here as well, just to see. And of course, whatever Bitcoin does, this one's going to follow. But if Bitcoin does turn down, you're going to expect to see this one actually much lower than kind of what I'm postulating myself. Daily stochastic momentum is going to freshly cross down today with any sort of closure below 143. So by end of day, 7 p.m. Eastern time, if you do see that condition met, not going to be good. Probably does come back down and initiate a further dump on the daily, somewhere down around about 120 to 1.25. So until then, I do think you're going to see a short-term bounce at the level that we spoke about, but do not confuse short-term bounce with reversal. Yeah, this one's coming hard down below about 153. Even I'm gonna guess the hourly is even coming hard down here too. Yeah, but 151 in this case. I'm gonna call a continuation of this move, and I think that yesterday's pullback call is gonna have to be extended here a little bit. Now I can also tell you where I'd get bearish for another move, not necessarily to new lows, but at least around your current lows, somewhere around about let's just call it 115, give or take a few cents from that number. That would be with the daily below about 132. So I would still be looking for a short-term bounce somewhere around where we just spoke about, like mid 130s basically. But short-term bounce doesn't mean that it's going to like hold for forever, and this is like not good right here. Again, we had the bearish divergence that we identified on the 4-hour. We saw extreme conditions on 4-hour BBWP. I think it's not great. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Cardano, sir. I should actually say though, I guess, if you do somehow do the old flipperoo and get back above about 160, 161, that same level from yesterday, basically, I would be looking for this one to explore and extend this run significantly, 185 to 190 or so over time, and then probably doesn't even stop there. I'd probably be looking towards about $2.50, in the following month or two. But of course, that's a little bit more hopium than I'm comfortable with giving right now, as look, if Bitcoin does turn down here, this thing's going to probably get smashed on the face as well. So there will be bounce along the way. I don't think that it'd completely shut the bed today, for example. But I do think a little bit more of the short-term continuation downside move, very likely a bounce there, and then we'll come back to it tomorrow and see if it's setting up for continuation towards another downside move after that. Hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for Cardano, sir.